Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got Tuttle on the line. How you doing, Tuttle?
Hey, how are you?
Sorry.
Hey, I like that painting.
I mean, I don't know how to take you because it's just so, like, passive-aggressive when you introduce
Don't
me.
do it like that. No.
I didn't.
Oh,
Why is it passive-aggressive?
No, stop.
already.
Don't do this already. Let's
We
talk
were
about...
okay. Hold on. We were already talking,
Yeah.
and then we decided, like, oh, let's start the show. So then it was a weird start, but it's not
Yeah.
passive-aggressive.
No, it was a little disjointed. I mean, from the Tuttle Daily podcast, heard online and wherever podcasts are gathered, it is our very, very good friend Tuttle. What's up,
How
buddy?
are you guys? Sorry, I know, like, I look a little disheveled.
I like
You
your
just
hair.
wake up?
No, I think you look good. I like the hair like that, and I like the beard, and I think you look like the coach of the Miami Dolphins.
I got a
Exactly.
little ducktail back there.
You
Yeah,
look
I'm getting a little ducktail back
Yeah,
there.
you
Yeah,
look-
I get that. There's a guy at Chick-fil-A. He always calls me Mike McDaniel, and it's just because I'm like, what? Because he's a nerd. He wears
No, he's
glasses.
not a bad-looking guy.
Yeah.
He's not a bad-looking guy. He just
No,
looks.
he's not.
He just looks like you look young, and you're a little more. You look young and studious.
But he's also of mixed race. You know.
What does
Mike
that have to do with
McDaniels.
anything?
No, I'm just saying though, like a lot of people were making a big deal about that because he is from mixed race, and you know there was a lot of controversy about the last coach who was African American and stuff,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
were
They
they
only
were asking him
yeah.
about all of his favorite hip hop music and stuff.
Were they really? Oh
Well,
my
yeah, because
God.
they only brought it up. Brian Flores is suing the Dolphins and the whole
Yeah.
controversy. So then when they hired Mike McDaniel,
Who's your
they're
favorite
like,
rapper, Mike?
well, they're like, he's a little bit black. I think they just
Oh
threw
my
that.
God.
They just threw that in there. Like they would have never mentioned that unless the Brian Flores thing happened.
Oh my
Like,
God!
it
Give
was
me some daps.
Anyway, so Tuttle, before we were talking to you on Twitch, and we're able to talk uncensored on Twitch. This is broadcast on terrestrial radio, and I assume that FCC still may do something if we just started
Not confirmed.
saying
We'd have no.
Not
the F
Not
word.
confirmed. Not confirmed. No, we don't know the state of the FCC, but we're assuming that it is just like.
Eventually, someone
Yeah.
would say something.
I'm
maybe?
just gonna guess that if they can't pick a Speaker of the House, then FCC is a lower on the list now, right? Lower on the list.
So we were talking about blackmail, and then we were asking if you are blackmail. If you're blackmail proof because you're open about all the stuff you've done. All of the stuff is on the internet. There's pictures.
Yeah.
You've done it publicly. So
Videos, multiple tapes, multiple recordings,
All-
multiple CDs.
So it seems like nobody could come to you, Tuttle, and say, I'm going to release a picture of this, and unless you pay me something, I don't think you'd pay them. You'd be like, go ahead and release it. There's
Yeah.
hundreds of photos of me doing ridiculous things.
What do I have to lose? Seriously, like I really
painting behind you.
I've been through the gutter. I have nothing to lose. And you know what? A lot of people think that might be a bad place to be in, but it's kind of freeing when you have nothing.
Yeah,
to lose.
no, I mean,
They-
like,
they-
yeah,
yeah.
I could see that.
I
I can definitely. I've seen the movie Falling Down, and I can see where there is a relief to just not caring anymore.
When I was young, I had a different outlook on life because I had less. I didn't have any money. I didn't have a house. I didn't have a wife or kid. I didn't
Why
nothing.
you got to bring that up?
I'm just saying I had nothing to lose. So
Better life.
I was a lot
A
less
little
stressed.
stress-free, yeah.
I
It is a lot more stressful.
Didn't care. I was like, go ahead and fire me. Who cares? This is a crappy job anyway. I'll
Yeah.
just go find
Yeah.
another crappy job. And then once you start building up a life and possessions and stuff and like
relationships.
you start getting a little
Children,
more
yeah.
worried about it. Where you're like, what if this falls apart? But how am I going to pay my bills? Like the
Are you trying to tell us something about the company?
No, I'm just saying.
Sounds like you're trying to break something to us.
There is value in having nothing to lose. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I mean, the way you look at it, it could be depressing Me at 43, I'm still at the same spot as I was in my early 20s. Nothing to lose.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
The only value in it is
that you look like Mike McDaniel.
yeah. There's you don't have any other value.
Well, let's talk about the
in any other
podcast. How's the
thing.
podcast going?
I mean, the podcast has been going really, really well. I took pretty much all of December off. Because I just need a little bit of a break, and plus I'm working this other job right now that is really, really taking a lot of stress off of me.
Did you finally start OnlyFans?
No.
Oh.
But
No, he's doing that. He's doing that.
Make some
He
money.
works for Verizon Wireless or
Yeah,
whatever.
right?
Oh, man, I don't want to talk about.
Oh.
Why did you dox him, bro?
What are you doing?
I was trying to make jokes. You're over here doxing him.
I was making a joke. I thought it was something else.
No, you got the wrong company, so thank God.
Well, that's it. There it is.
Yeah. He works at Cricket.
No, but like
But
I
wired cricket.
Yeah.
Not the wireless.
Wired cricket. You ever seen a cricket on a leash?
But I mean, I've been doing that. That's great. I just got a bonus. I got a raise.
What are we talking? Give me the bonus number. Come on.
It's
Good, right? Pretty good.
2,500.
Hey!
That's
my God. That's
Bigger
a
than my bonus.
That's a goddamn good
Don't talk about it. Don't tell people
Put
that.
the leash on
Wait,
the
I might need a new job, Tuttle. Help me out
leash
here.
on the cricket.
Well, they,
God damn, that's coming.
no excuse.
You can't
Wow,
fight
I
that.
don't know what to
I have
say.
no excuse.
Cricket has deep cricket pockets.
My God.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
Nice.
it's nice. Like, I mean, I went to the dentist for the first
There you
time in a
go.
while.
Whoa. This is
I'm
awesome.
getting new glasses coming up here.
yeah,
So
man.
I mean, everything's going well. It's nice being responsible. I know it's not a job that's my passion and stuff, but you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's time for your passion, and you're able to do your podcast on the side. You're able to do other things. Didn't you broadcast with Bubba the Love Sponge?
Yeah, I did. I went over and recorded a podcast with him, and that was like the first time that I've seen him in like over a year. And it was a great conversation. It was just me and him. This was the first time that I have ever recorded anything with Bubba where it was just me and him.
Interesting.
So usually it's on a show. I know when we did our podcast with him, like it was like on his show.
Yeah.
And it's
He prefers that.
yeah. There's like dark, and he's up in this
Yeah, like a king raptor. Like he's looking down on you
20
like
feet
he's,
high.
yeah.
There's computers around him.
You're
like
literally like the Wizard of Oz. He's like sitting up like the Grand Oz, and he's looking down at
there's
you.
a shower in there.
It's very intimidating.
There's you're like,
I felt the need
"What's
to get in
happening?"
the shower and soap myself for him.
But I mean, so like things are starting to get kind of repaired because
Nice.
like I got invited. I know like you guys do BDM parties and stuff, right? And he does a royalty party, and it's a certain amount that they invite. They give them hotel rooms. They get to come hang out, exclusive party and stuff, but it's for the people, the top 10 donators on Twitch. And these people are like throwing in like $2,000 to $3,000 a year
My
on
God.
top of this
We're
stuff.
supposed to do something for those people? Write that down. Write that down.
What?
I find it-
Tactical Hat used to
Yeah,
cheer us a
I
lot,
know,
and then
I
Tom
know.
never gave him back his
And then he
goddamn
left.
fog machine.
And then he left. I have the
Yeah.
fog machine now. It's my fog machine.
I thought you take.
and then you hit the bricks.
Yeah.
And he has a listener Hall of Fame where he has this
Write down Hall of Fame.
advertiser.
We
We
need a
got
Hall
the
of
founders wall.
No,
Well,
no,
but
that's
Half of them are
different.
covered
No,
with stickers now.
The founder's different, and we just cover them to protect them
yeah.
from their indiscretions.
But
Someone
he
just
has
walking in.
bronze,
We're all
he has bronze bust done of the listeners.
What?
Like they take a picture, and like the bronze bust sits in the studio for a whole year.
What does he do with
Well,
the
how
bronze
much
bust
you have
at
to
the end of-
donate for that? It's got to be a lot.
Well, I mean, it's like the top 10 people that donate the most. So like at the top, it could be like $6-7 grand that they gave in money on Twitch or super chatting on YouTube.
Yeah, they're super chatting.
All right, well, let's see who donated the most on Twitch. Do we have the numbers there?
Yeah, Sam should be able to see it. If you go to our Twitch page, it should be up at the top.
Does it tell you?
I don't know because I have very limited mod situations over here. I can't do nothing.
But I got invited to the party, and I'm like, well, at the same time, and I this is how my mind works. I was like, do they really want me there, or is it that they want me there as like an added bonus to the people that gave a bunch of money?
Okay, I like that. Yeah. That's,
okay, I see.
I do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
You invite all
Like every once in a while, you invite me.
You invite like
the
you invite
personalities.
Remy and Cat like Pat and Brendan and Bustegger. So when the listeners get there,
they're like, that's the thing, the guy.
you brought all
on
the
the
guys.
show.
You brought all the whack pack.
Yeah. And then you invite them, and they feel obligated to go, and then they're like,
Yeah.
all right, they drive.
So it's like Tuttle and Gary the R word,
and then the listeners
Wendy
are all bothering them, and they just stand there, and they're like, they'll bother
Do you
them,
really
not
run
me.
red lights, Cadillac Pat? And he's like, oh, I shouldn't have called. I'm sorry.
But
Tactical Hat is the all-time top cheerer,
all right.
but he's no longer in our chat anymore.
Oh,
then
we ran him out.
No. Then we don't have to worry about him. If he's no longer in the chat and he was top donator, then we just move on. Who's second? It's like a raffle. It's like you call the number, you're like, 685, moving on. 312. Yeah, you do it. Let's do this like a biker raffle. Do it like a
Going
old,
once?
Yeah, do it like an old biker raffle at Buffalo Wild Wings, and you just read the card, and if they're not, you're not there, well, you shut up in there. I told you to wait till the end of the goddamn giveaway.
And funny enough, Mo DeWitt is number 2. And
What? Oh, we can't do anything for him. He does too much for us. 3, go to 3.
3 is
Go to 3.
VR ratings.
All right.
VR
ratings.
You are we're making you a bronze bust. What?
But
That's
so,
a lot of
Bronze
money.
butt.
they host the party at the studio.
No. Can't do
So,
that.
but like, could you imagine like if you invited all the BDM people, the top 10 like donators, to hang out there at your place?
Well, we
did this with founders.
We did this with founders, and then some drunk kid broke all of our art. No, I'm kidding.
That was my son.
He was drunk.
But we did a Caddyshanks. Is it Shanks?
Yeah,
right?
it was Caddyshanks.
And then
Little sports bar at
And
the
then
time.
it closed down immediately
now
after.
it's tactical.
We shut it down.
But then we brought people over like dozen at a time. We walked them through
we
the
walked them
back
like
of
Jay
Publix.
Jaywalked all through
Yeah.
Baldwin Park.
I walked with a fluorescent orange flag, like a Brazilian tourist group. I walked them over, and then we
Yeah.
walked through.
Yeah. Then you get people in here like, well, once you put one foot through the door, you see everything. So, like, at least Bubba has a gigantic compound. He's got the
Compound, yeah.
shower. Like,
Well, we let him sign our bathroom wall.
Bubba the Love Sponge has a control room that the guys are running the cameras and everything. Like, I do everything in front of me. Like, we are like, I'm literally like sitting at a laptop.
You see
fire
everything.
truck.
Here it is. Oh, the bathroom. That's it.
There it is. Bye-bye.
Fire truck and ambulance just pulled in because I'm out here. My window looks out at the main window, and that's the thing about living in a 55 plus community. It's like every time you see an ambulance come in, and it's like, oh, there's space open in the place. Now.
Oh, come on. You should run over there. Breaking news. You should report on them.
So
I'm hosting bingo now, by the way, on Thursday night.
Yes.
really?
Yeah, I
Are you
am.
doing like? Do you make it a little spicy? Is it like spicy?
Yeah, I mean, I went to it. My mom has liked it, and like you can win pots of about $30 to $40
Yeah, not bad.
playing bingo there.
Not bad. $40
But
bucks.
they got
That's
it-
Outback.
I mean, they got this like really digital bingo board. So like when the numbers come up and stuff. So I've been playing, but they were asking, hey, we need some people to fill in all the time. And I was like, well, I used to be a broadcaster, and I was trying to like show.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to host for the second time tonight. So like I do try to like write up jokes and try to like
Do you have a name? Do you have a bingo name you use, or do you just go by Tuttle, or do you Patrick?
I go by Patrick.
That's probably smart. Yeah.
So do you like?
And they tip me,
Pat
though,
the
too.
Bingo Dingo.
Do
How
you
about
do
that?
any jokes? Do you like? There's
have
a
a-
bunch of bingo number jokes you could do.
Oh, you know what he needs for bingo calling? He needs your purple suit.
I'm not giving that away.
Wow, he's serious about the suit.
You need an outfit, Tuds. Tuds, you need like a costume, man.
Do they pay
I mean,
you?
should I go over the top with the dress? You know, maybe
Yeah.
even try a
You should
tuxedo out.
dress like the young professor from the Savannah Bananas. That guy's a buddy of ours. He
Um,
wrote me a letter saying that the highlight of his year was being on our
Yeah, I
show.
saw
It was very
that.
kind.
so Tuttle, what is your day-to-day schedule like? Do you work from home, or do you have to go
Yeah.
into anywhere?
Yeah, I work from home. I get up, I eat breakfast, I go on my my morning run, and then I work out a little bit, and then by 8 I'm already starting. And that's the thing about working from home. You feel like you got to stay busy all the time. It almost feels like you're stealing money, like if you take a little bit of a break. But like, I mean, it takes a little bit of adjustment working from home.
Oh,
Andrea said
Okay.
that too. Like she said it's weird, like when you're locked in, and because she's been an office person for 20 years,
yeah.
longer maybe. Like and doing this now, it's
That's an interesting psychology because
keeping up your motivation can be weird.
Because I feel like when you have to go into a building or an office, all you do all day is figure out how to waste time and like draw it out and like kill time until you can leave. And then I wonder if we're working from home, all you think about is how to actually be productive because you don't want to waste time. You think that happens? Like the psychology of that is like,
Probably for some people.
I mean, I could see that because I'll just apply the logic of me, even if I were staying home from school. Let's say that's the only that's the only time I would ever really have to do something and had work to do. It was almost impossible for me to get motivated. Like I don't think I would be good
Yeah, you
working
don't
from home because I don't know. I like home too much maybe.
the do you have to log on and show that you've done some movement?
No.
You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing?
Oh,
Or
that's
just,
nice.
You just have like a list of things, emails you have to send, and then, how does it work? Like,
Probably
what,
different for
okay.
everybody.
like, what are you doing? I asked my buddy, the wizard, that he's like, he works some government job at home. I'm like, what are you doing? He can't answer it. He's like, I go on there, I do this meeting, and then I go to this thing, I send some
Probably
emails.
because it's not that hard.
I know.
That's what I think about everybody's job.
And I'm like, you just described like
BS.
55 minutes
Yeah.
of work in like a full work day. What do you do?
Well, I mean, so since I do recruiting, I'm always like on Indeed and all the job hiring websites.
You need Indeed. Indeed,
I
you
mean,
do.
so I'll do that all day, but then the key is to spread out when you reply to emails when you're working at home because
Genius.
it makes you look like you're working kind of later. Like even though like
Yeah,
I've
I
already
reply
Yeah,
too
done that.
quickly. You're right. I reply too quickly, which shows everybody I'm completely bored out of my mind.
yeah. People do this
Yeah.
often with me, and I get mad because I reply quickly too.
Yeah, I'm too fast.
And
Last night
but it's
I
not because
stopped-
I have nothing to do. It's just because I want to get it off
Yeah, I
my
want
plate.
to
I'll
get it done.
forget.
I stopped dinner last night to fix a BDM's BDM account, which is
well,
ridiculous.
that's
Since when do you reply fast, Tom?
Oh, to me,
I'm
he
lucky
does.
if I even get a reply.
I
what-
replied to him this morning. I forwarded him a picture of a listener's wife's boobs, and he was
Oh.
like, wabba, wabba.
when it's clients and there's money involved.
Right, right.
Like when you're telling me something, I'm like, God.
All
Oh,
right.
God, it's her again.
I'll purposely wait to get back to my boss after hours. Like I usually knock off at like 3:30.
Hey,
and
that's
I'll,
when we leave.
Yeah.
I'll apply at like 4:15 to make him think like, oh, he's a committed employee. He's like working later than what he's actually supposed to be.
You sure you want Big Cricket hearing this?
I wonder if any managers actually care. Like sometimes I've done this when I work for companies where I think the things I'm doing they're recognizing and I'm building up some sort of I'm like, oh, they're seeing me do this and this is building up this equity in my head.
but it's not.
And meanwhile they're just staring off into space. They
Yeah.
have no
They're
idea.
zero awareness.
Yeah, because they don't care. Because guess what? They hate their job too, and then they are mad at their boss too. It's like. And I wonder if a lot of employees do that, where they build up this narrative in their head where they're doing all this extra work that's being looked at by their boss, like, oh, he has to recognize that I worked late this time, and then meanwhile he literally has no idea what you're doing, or you could be doing nothing and he is the same thing.
Being human. I mean, there's a certain level of baseline selfishness that everybody has.
So
right?
I wonder if there's like, you should tell your boss more of what you're doing, or if that's annoying them.
Yeah, it's probably annoying.
No. When you work from home, you do things above and beyond for other people, and then you ask them, hey, when we have this Zoom meeting today, the back office meeting or whatever, hey, can you like kind of give me a little bit of recognition about, like, I gotta thank Pat, I gotta thank Tuttle for all the extra work that he's done, and then like a couple of days later, I'll return the favor on the next Zoom meeting to that person. So you're telling your boss.
Oh, that's great.
You're telling your boss without telling your boss.
So you cahoots
with other employees.
So I would say, so if we were having a meeting,
Genius.
I would look at Tom and be like, Samantha has been crushing it lately, just really on the back end, helping me so much. And through the holidays, we wouldn't have been able to, this is all true too. Like, it wouldn't have been able to. And then later, then Sam will say something. Well, it doesn't really work as well because I'm an owner. But then Sam says something to Tom to make me look like a good liar, and then we keep that up. So we're sort of gaslighting Tom on the amount that we actually do through a level of sophisticatedly curated compliments.
Yeah, guess what? I'm staring off into space. Don't care. Why are you telling me this?
You got to do stuff like that because, like, I mean, every boss assumes that their employees are kind of wasting time when they're working from home. I mean, that's why a lot of these business owners are wanting people to come back into the office.
I wonder, there's got to be someone that their job went virtual and they figured out a way to literally do nothing. And so follow me here. So they figured out a way
supposed to be walk with me here now
to at the beginning of maybe the week or whatever, they just like because you can
well, I know guys
put times to send out your emails.
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna say,
schedule emails.
Does this count? Because I know a guy right now, and you know him too, super smart, that is smart enough, he does computer work, to write code to do all of the work he needs, and also like notify him when things go wrong, so he can
pop in if
he can literally be anywhere. And he has a bunch of sophisticated programs that he wrote that basically do his job, and he can go anywhere and it just runs itself. And then he only has to pop in if things really go wrong. Does that count?
Yep, it does. Because it's...
Yeah, well, that guy's a genius, though. So I don't know. But there are dumb people that can do this, too. Hold on. There are dumb people that can do this, too, because all you have to do is figure out the... Yeah, I think dumb people figure this stuff out, too. Because sometimes you just figure out that shortcut, right? And you're like, oh, my God, this works. Like the guy. Did you guys hear about the guy?
But it's hard to fool someone to pay you a full-time salary to do nothing. Like, that takes smarts.
It does, but there was this guy, and again, this is another super smart guy. There was this guy, and I think he worked for Zulily, and he was a coder, and he went in, and he figured out a way to take pennies off the dollar on any time somebody ordered something from Zulily.
Very much Office Space.
And that's where he got the idea. And then just to dump into his account. They're calling this guy the Office Space Zulily dude. And he got the idea from Office Space. He's a coder. He wrote the code. And then he was just putting pennies on the dollar. He stole, I want to say, over $300,000 from just small purchases.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Now,
but that's
I guess
I love that.
it is. Look him up. He's cool.
I found it.
It's a funny story.
Essentially, I mean, that's real theft. I feel like stealing the company's time is like not, it's fine.
Well, I don't think there's anybody
that's
that can
on
say
them.
That, there isn't anybody that
Time
I know
card
that doesn't do that at all, right? You always...
You do it a little bit,
bit.
But I'm talking about full on, like, you barely do anything. You get paid 40 hours, you're full-time employee, and I'm talking 10 minutes a day, maybe less. So like,
I remember that guy.
so little. No, but there's like, I've never been able to pull it off. It's been my dream.
You're not wired for that, buddy.
No, I could.
The guilt. No, I think the guilt would drive you crazy.
I have no guilt stealing from a giant $1 billion corporation.
Oh,
I'm
I thought you were just talking about working here or some other
No,
small
but here I work for myself.
No, I
So it's like,
understand.
Calm down, bro.
I'm only stealing from myself if I don't work hard.
I understand. I'm just saying.
Which is the
Why are you being
curse.
so defensive, Tom? I mean,
Well, I'm
are
mad
you
that
being-
I have to work hard because I can't
Yeah.
not slack. If I slack off, I'm only slacking off on myself. I get mad at if I don't work as hard as possible.
Yeah, it's irritating.
I get mad at myself because I'm like, what are you doing? Like you're, you need to work all the time because you're only hurting yourself, right? Like when you work for yourself, it would be stupid to slack off. But if I work
Sorry,
for
I was floating into the stars.
if I work for a company, I don't mind, as long as they keep paying me. Like, hey, it's on them.
Yeah.
They're paying me, so they obviously they know.
Let's talk about love life, Tuds. Have you gone on any dates lately?
It's kind of non-existent.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean,
You're not
it
hitting on
is
any of the
because-
ladies at bingo?
Well, I mean, there are some that make comments because I walk around the neighborhood to get my exercise, and in true Florida man fashion, I got to walk around shirtless to get the tan going because I don't own a tanning salon anymore, so I got to get the natural stuff.
Do you still tan? Do you still try to keep up a level of tan?
I try to. My
What would you
dad-
advise for me? Because I've recently thought about starting to tan.
I mean, it's right now, if you're wanting to get a base tan, naturally being out in the sun right now, you're not getting the full power of all the rays. So I think you building a good base tan right now would be great, and it would protect you during the summertime.
I want to start tanning, and I want to be the tannest member of the show.
Well, we'd have
Oh.
to get a tanning bed here. Are
you
they
rent
cheaper
one?
nowadays? Tuttle?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course they are.
You
I
ever
mean,
get the
you
itch
used
to
to be
jump
in a-
back into the tanning game? What if we partnered with you and started a Tom and Dan and Tuttle tanning salon in Orlando?
I would manage it for you. I mean, would it be a Tom and Dan themed one like your Airbnb is?
Maybe we'll convert the Airbnb into a tanning salon.
The problem is I don't want any employees. Like I want to
Self-tanning.
Yeah,
Runs
like-
itself.
like,
Kiosk.
You just swipe your credit card
And lay down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get in there.
It's like a car wash. You're
Yeah,
running
Yeah,
like an
yeah.
automatic.
Back
This
in
is
the-
a brilliant idea.
Because the overhead of the employees and all that, you just need some cleaning
Yeah.
people to clean the butt sweat out of there.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then
No, make it standing so you're not laying on anything. Make it
Yeah.
standing.
Well,
Yeah, but you still got to mop up the sweat off the floor.
No,
by the end of the
great.
day.
You put a grate with a vacuum underneath it, sucking it down.
Oh, I mean, we had that. I remember when I worked at my first car wash. Like all the oil and the grime and the dirt goes down into that little grate that's in the middle of the bay. And you're supposed to like get rid of it because it's toxic material. And I'm working in DeLand at Sunnyshine Car
Sunnyshine.
Wash.
I remember Sunnyshine. My dad
and-
loves Sunnyshine.
So instead of calling the EPA or whatever to get this stuff like taken care of, we just had to get in there with rubber boots, shovel out all this toxic material, put it in a wheelbarrow, and then like go out into the woods and just dump it right in the middle.
Yeah,
of the
that's
woods.
what you
So that's up to Tuttle saying
You
this.
find
Don't
a
talk about a
retention
business
pond and you just dump it in there.
But this stuff is toxic. It's all the oil.
We don't
I
know
know, we
that.
know that. Yeah, but listen. You're accusing someone of a crime.
Wait, is that the one? Was that the one near the Burger King?
Yeah, right
yeah,
across
that's the one.
street
My
from
dad
the-
loved that place. God, my dad
It's
loved that
not
place.
there anymore. There's a Waffle House now there. They
Oh
tore
wow!
that place
I
down.
didn't know that. On the grave of Sunnyshine. Wow.
So
At that job, we really did waste a lot of time going back to it. Like this is back when Whoppers were 99 cents, and like all you had to do was run, like because sometimes the older people wouldn't be happy with their wash, and you'd have to send them through again, and you would just put it down as a rewash.
Oh, so you met my father.
Yeah. And you would I could go over and get a Whopper. I get a full-size Whopper for 99 cents on that.
Don't say that
rewash.
at bingo. It makes you sound like one of them. You can't do that.
I know.
So Tuttle, what's the plan this year with the podcast? You said you took a month off. I saw on your social media you're apologizing, and people were. You got some spicy followers to attack you. I'm like, this is a weird response.
Sorry, taking a month off. They're like, F you, you ugly piece of ass.
I mean, look, I used you want to know what has. I used to just, if I did not do a show, I was going to be like, oh, everybody's going to hate me. And I just stopped stressing about stuff thanks to the help of marijuana.
All right.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
So you just get too high to do a show. I like that.
No, I just don't care, and I don't stress about it. Like I really like I would not be able to stop thinking about it, and I'd be like, oh, they hate me now, and I don't care anymore. It's just like I'm gonna do the show.
How did it make you feel when you found out that they actually hated you when you did the show?
I don't care. I'm hungry.
What you got any big plans for the show this year?
I mean, you know
Smoking
what? I
weed,
plan
forgetting
on
to do it.
having the biggest guests. I mean, you act like look, I don't know what I'm gonna do for a show until about 45 minutes before it happens. So, and it usually comes out pretty well because when I over plan for a show and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a great one, it sucks.
Yeah, you get a little up in your head and
Tuttle. With booking guests, do you think
he's one of the best at it?
Yeah, but do you think it's harder than ever this year, or like now currently because people have their own platforms and they're like, unless you are equal size to them or bigger, they're not going to bother doing any sort of interview or a promotion for themselves because who cares? They're like, well, my social media following is 10 times bigger than this show's listeners base.
Why bother?
So who cares?
Don't need you anymore.
Do you think it's like that nowadays?
Yeah, it is. But I will talk to anybody. And there was this guy that my producer Vulture booked for me. His name was called Pervert Pete. Pervert Pete.
I know Pervert
shows up,
Pete.
and he's wearing a ski mask like you're going to rob a bank or something, and you don't even know who he is. He's talking in this ridiculous voice where he's like puking like this over, and he was it was like straight up 90.
Hold on. This is in person?
No, he was on, and then what he did was after about 20 minutes, it was just like, I could not make it funny because this guy just was not having it.
His name is Gary Gabagool.
Yeah.
No.
Hold on. What does he do?
He hosts a podcast, and you know what he did? He went back and grabbed the video of the interview that I did with him, and he edited it to make it look like I was just on this and stuttering this, and he just like. I got trolled for like 2 weeks straight.
By Pervert Pete and his following? So hold on.
This is fascinating. I'm on his website now, and this guy, he is a YouTuber, a comedy YouTuber called Omegle Pete or Pervert Pete. And
hold on. So you interviewed him, and then he took the interview, your interview that you released, and he edited it to look like you're just stumbling around, and then put it out and like, look at this idiot to his own followers.
Yes, and like one of the TikToks of me on it had like
write that down.
It had like 20,000 likes and like 500,000 views, and I was like, damn it.
Now hold on, this can actually help you though. It's like
I know.
It's like, for instance, the big stars that steal or allegedly steal nobody's like no.
I got this
music.
guy's video.
And then so they steal a guy's music or a song, and then the lawsuit actually ends up helping the no-name guy, or the fact that he stole the song is actually beneficial to him. So the fact that he did this and is clowning you, it does give you more promotion.
Tuttle,
right?
is that him?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, and this is the video that he attacks Tuttle in.
Okay, let's see.
I found here.
Oh no!
I hope I can play
this
I
one.
don't know if I can play this. It's called. It says
It might be dirty.
the headline says Bubba the Love Sponge reject. Tuttle gets owned on his own live podcast.
Did you fight with him?
No, I mean,
What do you think?
I was trying to get something out of it, but it was just so uncomfortable and awkward. At the
Hold on.
time.
How can it be awkward with you? That's the name of your game. Like, I thought you were immune to awkwardness.
It just like I probably should have just rolled with it.
Hold
but,
on,
like,
okay,
All
play.
right,
Okay,
I don't know if I can play this.
That's
so
fine,
Sam, be on the lookout here. Here we go.
We'll cut out the curse
Here we
words.
go.
Gotta see the time.
Catboy Nation. I'm a nice guy. Yo, on Omega, Pervert Pete chillin'. The Catboy Nation, we spray.
Hold on, hold on.
Okay, what is he started off with a
Here
rap?
he is. Here he is.
So
Is this
I
Swervy?
got an email probably, I don't know, sometime
Listen
last
to his
week
voice.
that Tuttle of Tuttle, what is it, Tuttle Daily Podcast, which he doesn't do daily apparently. But Tuttle,
See, you were right,
Man.
Todd. You were right.
he reached out to me to be on his show. I was like, all right, let's fucking do it. This sounds
Oh.
fun. Now, I didn't want to, like, look into Tuttle too much, but I, learned he was on Bubba the Love Sponge show.
This guy's character is straight trash.
I love it. I already subscribed.
All right, awesome. So he's a fucking broadcaster
Oh.
and shit. And
Okay,
Yeah,
enough.
you might not wanna
Oh,
play
and go to win
Yeah,
Tuttle.
skip to where he's
Yeah,
clipped some of Tuttle's show.
Okay, here.
Here we
Oh,
go.
there it is. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, you used the green screen for him.
Okay, yeah. Well, he dresses up for the big guests.
No, Pervert Pete.
All right. We're
Hold on,
lower.
use a green screen for Pervert Pete.
We are lower than Pervert Pete, you mother.
I know. I just think that you guys would make fun of my like 90s
And Pervert
radio.
Pete did?
Yeah, Pervert Pete. Of course, he's gonna be meaner than us. Anyway,
Pervert Pete's got his background is soundproofing and his diploma, it looks like. Hold on, here we go. Back into Pervert.
where it goes fucking south.
Oh,
Because
Jesus.
one, I don't know what the fuck's going
Okay,
on.
hold
You
on. I don't
can't
wanna-
stop saying that
I'm
word.
not doing this to Sam.
Yeah, you can't.
I'm not
Yeah,
doing this to
you
Sam.
Good
Oh my
God.
God, I hit the wrong button. I'm not doing this to Sam. I'm not doing this.
What?
Which
You
also
get,
tells you
like-
how like he's not great at broadcasting. It's like all you're saying, every other word's an F word.
Hey, look, it's me, Pervert Pete. This is my voice. I got a ski mask because I say some really crappy stuff.
that's Pervert Pete's brand. Of course, he curses every other word.
His name is Pervert Pete.
All right.
But you get what I'm saying.
How
is,
do we
like,
switch Pervert Pete with you for when you call it? Can we talk to next
Was
month?
he
We
in
need to
care?
talk
Okay,
to Pervert
hold on,
Pete.
Tuttle. Okay, let's just.
Would you like to? I will get you Pervert Pete's contact, and you can have him on. Maybe you can broker a peace
talks.
deal with
Peace
me
talks.
and Pervert Pete.
Is he your sworn enemy now?
Tuttle, I've noticed because I've seen Tuttle Daily Podcast pop up, and then I see you a guest, and then I click on it, and I watch you interview a guest, and sometimes it becomes awkward, and I think they don't know what you're doing. And they're thinking, you know what I'm saying? Because you're a pro, Tuttle. You've been doing this for
he explained
25 years. So, and I think you're talking to amateur broadcasters, and they're thinking it's weird what you're doing, and they're not. You know what I'm saying? There's no back and forth.
there is a
because,
disconnect there.
because the person is like, well, I just started this YouTube channel 2 years ago. Tuttle's been doing this for 30 years.
This is breaking news. I do have a rebuttal from Pervert Pete. Seriously, within the comments of the video in question that we played. Somebody says, you have 2 times the views of the original, and then laughs. And then Pervert Pete replies, oh, for real? I'll tell you, it really put me in a crap mood today. I never wanted that to happen. I assumed he researched who I was, and we were going to have a fun time of just joking around and stuff. It was really disappointing to find out he's an arrogant POS who clearly thinks he's doing God's work with his garbage podcast.
The whole man.
Wow.
Why would he think that, Tuttle?
Wow.
Did you try
you
the
go off on
90s?
him?
Like, what'd you do?
Now I gotta watch
Did
this.
you sponge him?
You sponged him, didn't you? You went
I did
full
not
S shack.
sponge
Did you
him.
put him in the shack? Did you shack him
will-
good?
I will send you the interview, and I would love to get your
No,
honest
here's
opinion.
what I want to do because
Oh,
we haven't
no.
done enough of this stuff. No, that's
I
not good
can't
enough.
watch it.
I will not rest until we get you on the line and Pervert Pete on the line, and we broker peace talks respectfully and without cursing.
Right.
If Pete can do that, and if you can do that,
We'll
because
do
I
it
feel
on
like
a mediocre time.
we can do it on a mediocre
That's
Because
true,
time.
Pervert
But
Pete cannot hold his
Yeah,
tongue.
okay, fair
No.
enough. You know what? I
know.
want him to be comfortable too. You're right. It would be very unfair of me to invite Pete to.
Ghost of Minute Bowl says that he listened to a bit more of the video, and he says, and I quote, "This guy Tuttle is the definition of a neckbeard. I can't imagine what his room smells like."
That's what Pete said?
Yeah, Pete said that.
Oh, Pete.
Why does he hate you so much, Tuttle? What'd you say to him?
It sounds like he has an ego, and he was mad that Tuttle didn't know more about him and his shtick or something.
How did you not
Did you
know
look
it?
up his Wikipedia?
That's not like you, Tuttle. Tuttle, you do more research about your guests than even Billy the Phone Freak did when I worked with him. You are a top-tier booker.
I do, but like there's not like a go-to source to find out a biography for
Well, how'd you
Pervert
find
Pete.
out about him at all?
I use this service called Podmatch. Like it's free, and it's other people that have like podcasts.
Oh, wait,
that-
he goes on. Hold
Oh,
on.
okay, let's see what it
So it's
says.
breaking news. This is from just sort of like the breakdown. Like, it seems like that you really hurt Pete's feelings. Pete's. Maybe I've changed my tune. Maybe you are the aggressor in this fight. Apparently, you called him quote Tampa Tony, disrespectful because his name is like Gary Gabagool.
Yeah,
Okay,
Gary Gabagool.
Let's be respectful.
Oh, that's a,
Yeah,
I
that was
use
a-
that one. That's a neg you throw out.
Then he really goes off
real
the deep
disrespect.
end, and by the end, he's completely paranoid. I've never seen anything like it. It's a long video, but really is a must-watch if you're interested in seeing a podcast host do the worst hosting job ever with his lack of preparation, hypocrisy, delusional thoughts, paranoia, and his lack of awareness as to how he tanked the interview from almost the start. This man is a paranoid loon, and it was my pleasure to have shared this experience with everyone who watched and messes with me. Thank you to all who watch. F Tuttle. Sign up for my Patreon.
Oh, what's on the Patreon show?
Pervert
Man.
Pete out.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Thoughts and prayers. Yeah.
I
So-
mean, we all have our rivals, though. I mean, this is the epitome of 90s, early 2000s.
hashtag
Were
it.
you
Wait a
starting
minute.
a YouTube war?
The funniest part, he uses hashtags. He only uses 3.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
The hashtags are hashtag Tuttle, hashtag Bubba the Love Sponge, and hashtag Stuttering John. Why Stuttering John? Fantastic. Chef's kiss.
So you went 90s. You went as soon as it started getting awkward. You went attack mode. How does it go, Tuttle?
I mean, I kind of did. If I'm being honest,
I know.
Pete.
He did nothing wrong. He agreed to your interview. You attacked him a
He was
90s
just
style.
a friend of yours. He was just.
I told him he did not have to do this stupid voice.
Oh, you attacked his bit.
That's his voice.
That's-
Yeah. That's like saying don't wear the bear suit. I got you.
Yeah. I Drunky the Bear agrees to do an interview. I get on.
Yeah.
And
Take
then
off
you're-
that silly suit, you
yeah,
idiot.
Yeah. They start criticizing my suit, and I'm
Yeah.
like, wait a minute. I thought this was, when you invite a guest, you throw them some softballs.
I'm looking at Pete, and I'm looking at you, and I got to tell you, Tuds, I don't think I've ever been this disappointed in you before. I don't think I've ever been quite this disappointed in you before.
All right. If we cannot like finish or broker a peace agreement,
I think we
here,
can. I think it's possible.
Can
Reach
I
out to
box
Pervert
him
Pete.
at the next Tom and Dan event?
Well, okay,
yes.
if he will agree to box you, then I will find. No, we'll just do a special event. If he will agree to box you, I'm serious. Tom knows I'm dead serious. If he will agree to box you, I will find the venue. I'm thinking maybe Tuffy's Bottle Shop and Lounge, main room. We do it up right.
Music box in the music box?
In the music box, we do it up right. It's big enough. We do it up right. We surround it. We'll do some prelim fights. We'll
Blow
get
up boxing.
Yeah, we'll get Sam to knock around
ring.
like a real doll or something. We'll get some other stuff out there. We'll get some stuff to.
Tiffany will be out promoting Salty
Tiffany,
Sisters.
Salty Sister. She's ring girl again. Rides again. Yeah, has her
Salty
kids out there
Sisters on the
following her
back.
around. Yeah, her and her sister double ring girls. And then we get you out there. Maybe you jump a little something to start it. Mini
alright,
bike, go
okay,
wheeling again. I'll wear the top hat. Finally dress up like the little the ringmaster that you want. The little person
Yeah,
ringmaster.
we'll get Canadian Josh shoveling snow.
Well, yeah, he can be there with an ambulance in case something
okay,
happens,
all right.
and then we will do the fight. And
Biggest event ever.
it would be the biggest event ever.
So
Pervert
versus.
versus pervert, double pervert fight.
So we need to get him on and talk to him.
All right, we'll
Pervert
work
Pete.
on this. We'll get to the bottom of this, Tods. Hey, we got to get out of here. Plug some stuff,
right.
my friend.
All right, guys, have a good one. Bye.
Oh no, I said
no.
plug some stuff. Plug.
Oh, yeah. A Tuttle Daily Podcast. You can go to my website, Tuttle.net. Tuttle Daily Podcast is available on all podcasting platforms. I stream live 7 p.m. It's on YouTube, Twitch, and all my social media.
There you go, buddy. We love you. Always a pleasure talking to you. Give your mom some love with us, and we'll talk to you soon. We're going to get to the bottom of this for you, okay?
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Let's see ya.
Be good, man. That is Tuds live from the new and improved hobo retirement community.
I've been watching Pervert Pete's YouTube channel while Tuttle was talking about
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Yeah, it's
good.
good. It's pretty good.
Goddamn
He
good
got,
show.
Yeah, he's got the character, the mystery.
Yeah,
the
he's
whole
got the
thing.
voice.
Gabagool.
Oh, yeah, you got the gabagool. You got it all.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow.
All right.
That's funny.
That is very funny.
Fucking pervert.
What a crazy story.
Tuttle's trying to do 90s attack. This guy's like, what the fuck is going on?
Where's that go, Sam?
Monday, 3 and 4, January 9th.
Sorry for all the edits.
Yeah, at least it's all in one little
I
chunk.
just stopped it. I'm like, no more. You said January
9th. 19.
1999.
So what we can do is we can do a small voicemail segment for Friday 1. Going to the lunch, like we'll do a 15-minute, something like around that.
Okay.
Just so we have, and then we'll do Sanford 3 for Friday 2 after lunch.
So we're going to record one more little thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Never mind.
All right, guys. Hey, we're going to lunch now. Have a great lunch. We'll be back a little before 1. I'll see you